Hi everyone, my name's Michael, and today on Michael on the Mic, where we talk about everything fashion related to increase your fashion industry knowledge, we're going to be talking about the smoking suit. The smoking suit was first presented by Yves Saint Laurent in 1966 in his autumn-winter show. Now, what the smoking suit is basically just a woman's tuxedo, and before this, there's really no such thing that was ever presented on a show or even worn by women. Yves Saint Laurent in 1966 was really the first designer to ever flip the switch on gender norms and allow women to be wearing a more androgynous look. What Yves Saint Laurent was doing with presenting the smoking suit was basically just adding more versatility in what a woman could wear to a formal night out. Before this, the most common piece a woman would wear for a night out would be a little black dress, which is a coined term by Coco Chanel back in 1926. So between 1926 and 1966, what most women popularly wore was just a little black dress, and many people wanted more. They wanted different options out there. They wanted something different than just a dress. And I'm not sure if Yves Saint Laurent knew what he was doing in 1966, but he really changed society as a whole just by showing this one smoking suit. Before this, many women still did dress more androgynously, however, it was frowned upon and many people didn't like it. And even in 1966, when Yves Saint Laurent presented the show, it actually wasn't that successful. Many people thought it was interesting and cool, however, only one suit sold. Now, this may not have just been for societal reasonings, because it also was very, very expensive because it was customly made for every person that bought the suit. So actually 2 years after 1966 and 1968, Yves Saint Laurent created another brand called Rive Gauche. Now, what Rive Gauche is just another brand of Yves Saint Laurent that was ready to wear. So it wasn't customly made for each person. And most of the clientele that bought it were actually a younger generation. They were between the ages of 20 to 25, and this is pretty normal for things when society really takes a change, that the younger generation is more adaptable to it than the older generation. This is because the older generation is a lot more traditional in regards to what they want to do and what they want to believe in. And even after about 5 years, there were still people running into problems when they were wearing the suit. Many people didn't think it was a formal wear for women, so they were actually getting denied entry from many formal events and nice restaurants. Nan Kempner, who was a huge socialite in Manhattan during the 1960s and 1970s, was actually denied entry from the restaurant Le Côte Basque, and she actually ripped off the pants of the suit in front of the host and said that she just was going to wear the blazer as a dress because that was seen as more formal than wearing the pants. It was kind of mocking the host because she thought this was absolutely absurd, but that's just an example of how a woman, even a socialite woman who was a huge name in Manhattan during this time, was denied entry because she wasn't seen as formal. As time progressed, the review and the overall idea of the smoking suit became a lot more positive, and this is probably because the younger generation started to grow older and they were a lot more intrigued in the smoking suit. A huge step for the smoking suit and overall the women empowerment movement and letting women wear whatever they want was when Blanca Jagger was wearing the suit and coined it as her own. She was really, every time she was seen outside, she was always wearing a smoking suit. She actually wore a white tuxedo for her wedding. Another time was when Helmut Newton, who was a very infamous photographer during the time, photographed a woman in the smoking suit, and it was published in Vogue. Back then, and even to this day, when something's seen in Vogue, it is pretty much coined in style. So when women started to flip through the magazine and they saw that this woman was wearing a smoking suit and she looked beautiful in it, they wanted one for themselves. So overall, as the smoking suit got more media coverage, positive or negative, women still wanted to get it. They didn't really care. They saw that it was the it thing in the moment. And people also started to realize the importance of it. Not only was it in style, but how important it was to let women wear whatever they want, because it was a huge step for women empowerment and letting women do what they want and wear what they want. Unfortunately, Rive Gauche was closed by Yves Saint Laurent in 2002, so they stopped selling the smoking suit back then. Now, due to that almost 40-year period of Rive Gauche and Yves Saint Laurent making the smoking suit, it was a huge impact for women. Now, in today's society, you would never bat an eye at a woman wearing a tuxedo, a suit, or a pantsuit. And this is because of the smoking suit by Yves Saint Laurent, because before this, none of that really existed. Ever since 2002, many other brands and many other fast fashion and high street brands have created a pantsuit, and now women wear it all the time. And actually, in 2012, Yves Saint Laurent did recreate the smoking suit and released it for a limited time. Now that we're at the end of this video, I do just want to include what Yves Saint Laurent said himself about creating the smoking suit. He said, "For a woman, the tuxedo is an indispensable garment in which she will always feel in style, for it is a stylish garment and not a fashionable garment. Fashions fade, style is eternal," which I just think is really cool at the end when he said style is eternal, because he himself has eternally changed the fashion industry and what women can and cannot wear. He has done so much for the women's rights movement and feminism as a whole, and he may not have even realized it, simply by showing one look and creating a new formal wear for women.